Welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I'm going to be reviewing my favourite movie of all time, 1986's Aliens. This movie is awesome. It took the franchise in a different direction. While 1979's Alien was a horror movie, James Cameron didn't want to kind of repeat the same kind of theme or just copy Ridley Scott. So he made an action movie. The tagline itself says it all. This time it's war. The movie takes place 57 years after the events of Alien, where Ripley wakes up from cryogenic sleep to find out she's slept 57 years and the planet where she encountered the dreaded alien has been colonized by Weyland-Yutani. Nobody believes her until the colony stops transmitting, and Ripley, along with a bunch of colonial marines, have to go back and find out what the hell is going on. This movie is phenomenal. Cameron does some fantastic work on visual effects and action. Keep in mind, this is pre-CG. Everything is done with miniatures and back projection. Also, Stan Winston does an amazing job creating a horde of alien monsters and an alien queen. The cast, I can't stop singing the praises about the cast. First off, you have Sigourney Weaver returning to the role as Ellen Ripley. She is phenomenal in this. She is a powerhouse. She is jaded. You see this person who's a survivor. She's shell-shocked. She's traumatized from the events of Alien, but she feels the need to go back and face her demons. Her performance was so good, the Academy in 1986 gave her a Best Actress nomination. The Oscars, who would never have given a horror sci-fi movie actress any time of day, recognized her performance was fantastic and gave her the nomination. Sigourney Weaver is amazing, and the fact she had to play against another younger actress, Carrie Henn, who played Newt, kind of solidified this maternal kind of bond and really added to the story. It wasn't just all about action and shooting aliens. It was about a mother trying to protect her child. The rest of the cast is awesome. You have Michael Biehn, who you may know as Kyle Reese from Terminator, playing the awesome Corporal Hicks. Now, originally Jeremy Renner was going to be Hicks in the movie, but he had issues with substance abuse, and Biehn came in to replace him. Michael Biehn's Hicks is awesome because, unlike the other Marines, he is calm and collected. He doesn't have this false bravado or piss and vinegar. He is a collected Marine, and when he says something, you listen because you know he's going to do the right thing. And I just love the fact while all the Marines have their high-tech weapons, his backup weapon is this kind of antique pump-action shotgun. Another cool Marine, but someone who would drive you nuts in real life, is Hudson, played wonderfully by Bill Paxton. If it was the wrong actor, this character would be too overblown or too overacted, but Paxton nails it as this kind of overcocky, overconfident Marine who thinks this is going to be a cakewalk, but when things turn to shit, he cracks up, he can't handle it. Paxton's performance is amazing, and it shows he's probably one of the best character actors out there. You have Jeanette Goldstein, who plays another strong female role in this. She plays Vasquez, the smart gunner. She is amazing. Vasquez is this kind of chip on her shoulder Marine. If you read any of the expanded media or comics or even the Kenner figures, she actually came from a penal colony planet as a teenager, a juvenile delinquent, and was conscripted into the Marines, which kind of explains her attitude. Jeanette Goldstein is fantastic in this. She is tough, she is smart, and while her and Ripley don't get on at the start, as the movie progresses, she gets a mutual respect for the woman. Next up we have Paul Weiser as Burke. This is a slimy company rep. Paul Weiser was a fantastic comedic actor, but he nails this kind of smarmy, kind of dickhead, pencil-pushing company man who's sent by Weyland-Yutani to supervise the military expedition. Weiser also, his character also has kind of a hidden agenda. Is he there to help Ripley, or is he there to try and capture the aliens? Lastly, we have the awesome Lance Henriksen as Bishop. Now, if you'd watched the prior Alien movie and the character of Ash, you'd be thinking, oh, another fucking synthetic, I'm going to watch this character. And he does do a fantastic job of keeping it kind of ambiguous. He does come across as a red herring. It wasn't until you see the latter part of the movie then you realize that Bishop is actually a decent kind of robot. He's not this dangerous kind of evil robot with a hidden agenda. He wants to help out. And yeah, the cast is phenomenal. There is other actors there. You have Al Matthews as Abe Pone. You have Tip Tippins. You have a bunch of other fantastic actors playing the rest of the Marines. But the main cast is outstanding. And Cameron knew he needed good actors because he was going to be busy concentrating on filming and the action and the aliens. So he knew, like with Scott, he was going to have the best actors he could get his hands on. I love this movie. As I said before, the action is amazing. This is pre-CG, so everything is done with miniatures and back projection. It is a wonderful movie. It is a fantastic example of wicked sci-fi from the 80s. If you are a fan of the Alien franchise, a lot of people have arguments about which is better, Alien or Aliens. I think they're equal. I think each has the same kind of merit. If I had any criticism about the movie, I think that it does kind of jump into the action maybe a bit too slow, but at the same time it does kind of help us gauge these characters, and when they start to die we feel bad. When a Marine start to die off, or characters we like start to die off, it gives us more of an investment into enjoy the movie. I actually saw Aliens before I saw Alien, and I was hooked, and I had to go back and watch Scott's movie after I seen that. I think I saw Aliens originally when I was 6 or 7 when I saw it, and I loved it. The battle with the Queen at the end was fantastic. My brother saw my obsession for the movie, so when I was 11 I ended up getting this. It was one of the original Kenner Alien action figures, and the fact that Kenner were going to produce these showed that they knew kids were watching these movies. I even think they were going to do a cartoon called Operation Aliens. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm a huge Aliens fan. And to connect with the movie, is there any kind of particular expanded universe or multimedia to check out? Well, first off, you have Aliens Colonial Marines. This game, I've done a kind of overview before. It's not great. It was in the pipeline for roughly 10 years, I think. Gearbox got their hands on it, and Fox gave them money to make an awesome game. Instead, Gearbox went off and used it to make, I forget, I think it was Borderlands. Yeah, I think they made Borderlands 2 with the money Fox gave them. And what we got wasn't a shit game. It wasn't great. It wasn't what we were promised, though. At E3, they showed us these fantastic clips of a cool game, but instead we got a subpar first-person shooter with some decent action scenes and stuff. If you're a hardcore Aliens fan like myself, do pick it up. The multiplayer is cool. Some of the characters and the weapons are cool, and some of the alien designs are cool, but it is definitely a major disappointment from what we were going to get. If you want a really good Aliens game and you have a Nintendo DS, I highly recommend Aliens Infestation. Really cool. Like Contra, except with aliens, which is kind of ironic because Contra ripped off a lot from the Aliens movies. You get to play a different selection of Marines. You get to use different vehicles like the Power Loader and the APC, and you get to fight different alien variant types. This is an Alien fan's wet dream, this game. If you can get your hands on it, do check it out. Also, if you're a comic book fan, recently the first volume of Aliens Defiance was released there, and I think it collects the first 7 issues of Brian Wood and Tristan Jones. Fantastic comic. Essentially, it tells the story of Zula Hendricks, a colonial marine, and it's set between the events of Alien and Aliens. And she actually befriends Amanda Ripley and has to go off and hunt a group of aliens with a renegade synthetic named Davis. And it kind of hints that maybe Bishop's humanity isn't as a result of programming, but more that it was developed, and that synthetics actually developed a kind of soul. There was a ghost in the machine, and this Davis android decides to take it upon himself to hunt down and eradicate every alien that he encounters, and Zula decides to join him on this bug hunt. It's an awesome comic. The artwork is amazing. I love the artwork for this comic. It is fantastic. If you are a comic book fan, I highly recommend it because it is a must for any Alien fan or Aliens comic fan. And lastly, we have this beast. I got it there a couple of months back. It was the 30th anniversary edition of Aliens, the original Dark Horse series. Now, before Alien 3 came out, the Dark Horse Comics were going to do their own storyline, and this follows on with Hicks and Newt. Hicks is now in a military stockade, and Newt, I think, is 19 or 20, and it takes place, obviously, about 10 years after the events of Aliens. The comic shows how Hicks is blackmailed into going back to the alien homeworld along with Newt to try and capture an alien for Weyland-Yutani. At the same time, there is an infestation which spreads across Earth. It later spun onto a number of other cool storylines, which Dark Horse done a fantastic job. When Alien 3 came out, however, the names had to be changed to go in line with continuity. So Hicks became Wilkes and Newt became Billy. But since this book was re-released, they put the names back, and it is a fantastic book. The black and white artwork is amazing. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. It's Mark Verheiden and Mark A. Nelson, so definitely check it out. It is a beautiful, beautiful, absolute beautiful book. So yeah, that's my video on Aliens. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, and if you haven't seen it, you've been hiding under a rock. You need to check this movie out. If you're a lover of science fiction, if you're a lover of horror, this is a must to check out. And yeah, I could sing its praises till next year. So my name's Martin. Like, subscribe, and if you have any favourite characters from Aliens or any favourite moments from the Alien movies, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, have a good, take care. Bye now.